Hi, this is Sonya with Artsy Solutions, and welcome to week 37 of using up scraps. And this week I just basically took an old Amazon package and then I just made some of these tags. So basically I just gessoed both the front and the back and added some eyelets and some trim and stamped and embossed each one of these. So here's the first one. And I went for the monochromatic kind of vibe because most likely I'm going to put these in my fall journal, but we'll see. I'm not real sure yet what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, you can journal on this side. And I just figured out just put a little design on the other side. So, and then here's a deer. We've got some stamped text on here. And we've got this beautiful butterfly. And then we've got this this little insect right here. Very cute. And then we've got these little boots with like a little floral print. So let me go ahead and show you how I made it. So I'm just going to make some tags, and yeah, some tags out of this recyclable Amazon package, and it's really thick and I love it. So I'm just going to basically take off the label. Oh, well, I guess the bags have some type of filling in them. And I guess that's what makes it kind of thick. So let's see. I'm just going to cut it down. These scissors aren't very good. Let me try these. Yeah. Let me just cut it like this from the outside. And we'll just keep it together. We'll keep whatever that stuff is on the middle. We'll just keep it in there. Okay, so we'll use this side. And I can always glue it back so that that part doesn't show, that inner filling, because I kind of like how it does make it feel thick. So I'm just going to cut this part off, the part that's got that tape. I'm not even going to use it. So I'm basically going to use this and this. So I wonder if I can, I'm going to put it through my paper trimmer so I can kind of get some straight, I'm going to try to get some straight edges. So I'm going to make these approximately 3.5 inches wide. I'm going to try. And since this one's kind of narrow, I'm just gonna, it's not like even, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it down to 3 inches just so that side can be straight. So we have a 3, and I'm gonna set that aside actually. I'm just gonna stick with the 3.5. I'm gonna keep the same sizes. And then I'm going to, I guess I'll cut it in half again. these measure basically 12¼ inches, so I'm going to cut it down to 6¼ inches. So that's, yeah, they're pretty much the same length. And then we're going to glue these together. We're going to glue the pages back together after I get this cut. Okay. We're going to glue this back in. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll glue them. Because that's going to make it sturdy. So just go through and make sure that you've got glue in it and it's going to stay together. And that's fine that you can see those little bubbles, because we can do something with it. So I'm just going to go through all of these and I'm just going to make sure that they're glued together. So I'm seeing that you should probably just go ahead and peel it back over halfway and then just go ahead and apply glue around the inside portions of it. And then you may want to have like a towel or something nearby and hold it down to make sure it's staying glued. And while you're holding that down, go ahead and peel the other side up halfway so you see glue from where you applied it the first time, and then complete it, finish putting glue on this side. Because you want to make sure that it's not going to come apart, and then you're going to glue it down. But make sure when you glue it down you have it on a surface, because this glue is going to spew out. So you want to maybe have it like on a glass mat or something that's easy to clean up. And you're going to need to apply pressure and smash the glue in here to make sure it's all getting in there good. That way you know for sure when it's completely dry it's not going to come apart. So it's kind of flattened now. So that's how I did all of these. And if it doesn't quite look like that, then you may want to, if it's still kind of raised up, then you may not have put enough glue on there. So I'm just going to go back through, because I want to make sure this is not going to lift up. So now that we've got that, we're going to take some white gesso and we're going to, on the side that's got text or some writing on it, we're going to paint it. We're actually going to paint both sides, but we want to first take care of this side. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and put some on there. And we're mainly just going to put it in the middle. We're not even going to worry too much about the outer edge, because we still want to have that, we still want to have the look of the of this brown. So you're still going to see some black at the edges, but that's fine. Like, you'll still see that black from there, and you're going to still see that. But we just want to mainly put some white in the middle. Kind of like a canvas that has like white in the middle, or I don't know if that's a good way to describe it. So that's what we're doing. We're painting the middle. Okay, so we're going to let that dry, and I might give it 2 coats. Okay, so now that these are dry, I'm just going to flip them over, and I'm going to paint, do the same thing to this. I'm just going to paint this side in the center. So I'm just going to give it 1 coat, 1 thin coat. And I'm just going to let those dry. Okay, so these are dry. So now I'm going to flip them back over onto the main side, the double coated side. You have your single coat and then your double coat. So these are going to be super duper easy little projects. I'm just going to do one at a time. And all I'm going to do is just take some random stamps. And this one here is Hip Stamp Hooray World Map Stamp. Hip Stamp Hooray World Map Stamp. And I got this from Hobby Lobby. So we're just going to use it because I'm wanting to create like a little backdrop. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got several different stamps, and I'm going to start out with this A Painted Page by Danielle Mack. I'm going to use this butterfly stamp. It's also by Stampers Anonymous. And I'm going to use this black pigment ink, black tie. And I want to ink this butterfly up really well. I want to make sure I get really good coverage. And then I'm just going to come through and I'm going to stamp it. Now I'm just going to come back through and I'm going to add some embossing powder, some detail embossing powder, clear. and then I'm just going to emboss it. I like how it turned out. It's pretty shiny. So we've got our first one. And now we're going to do the same thing using several other different stamps. Okay, so now I'm gonna see if I can add some corners, use the corner punch on it. Oh yeah, it works. I didn't know if the paper was gonna be too thick, but it works. So I'm just gonna go around. I may have to trim this one down just a hair because it's not straight. Not straight, it's not going to look right. Okay, so now I'm going to try to round the corners off. So far so good. This one's not very straight, so we're going to straighten it. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to add some of these punches, some on the bottom and some on the sides. So we're going to try to line this up in the center, and hopefully it's going to work. And then some of them I'm going to do on the sides. Okay, and so now I'm just going to add a hole punch, and then I'm just going to add some of these brads or eyelets. I'm just going to use glue for each one of them. And now I'm going to take some of this Ephemera spool of ribbon, and I'm just going to add some to here. Okay, so this is pretty much it. I added an eyelet, some ribbon. Here's the first one, and they're pretty plain because they're just going to be journal cards or journal tags. So I made 6 of them, and they all have like a monochromatic kind of look to it. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos and my blog and my social media sites. And as always, thanks so much for watching.